Apartheid didn't lose. Apartheid won.
Yeah.
Apartheid didn't lose. Not only did it win, it's still winning. The project of apartheid was not only about the exploitation of the many for the few. It wasn't just about making black people believe they were inferior. The more insidious project in apartheid, its most successful outcome, and I use the word successful for a lack of a better one, so don't get touched with that, is that apartheid was there to convince black people that none amongst them was worth anything to this day. And so almost all of the wealthy black friends I know, they'll call me and go, "What are you doing? Leave these people alone." A friend of mine said something the other day. Why do you think we leave the township?
Yeah.
Why?
What's up, guys? It's Gina Ifoe, the one and only African superstar, back at it again. Today I wanted to respond to this TikTok video that I ran across, which was very interesting, in which they were talking about apartheid in South Africa. You know, I've had my proximity series where I've been talking about how our proximity to our historical enemy, all the different effects that it has on our people. And a lot of times we see this internal battle with our people. I think probably you guys have noticed it's just like, you know, black men are attacking black women are attacking black men, and obviously black people are warring with each other a lot of times instead of being supportive to each other, working together and moving forward. There's an old African proverb which says, when two brothers fight, a foreigner inherits the land. It's kind of the oldest trick in the book, which is divide and conquer. And so this clip discusses how, you know, the ideology of apartheid has taken root in the environment. And although it's no longer legal, you know, the psychological ramifications have taken place. I just want to say that I don't play those games. I don't play those games. I refuse to be a tool used against my people, used against the continent to promote any type of division. You know, I have been here for many years and I have refuted and refused and rejected all attempts to warp me into these things. And I just want to send this friendly reminder out that I will not be used for these type of things. If you are the divisive type, okay, if you are the smut throwing type, you know, the problematic, dysfunctional type of individual, you won't rope me into that. You know, I take a lot of pride in having genuine interest here on the continent and genuine interest in regards to my people as a whole. And my long ass track record speaks to that. You know, so obviously with some of the recent events, this has emerged. I've seen in some of the comments, some of the things that you guys are saying. I just want to say my position is resolute. You know, I kind of see myself above certain things. You know, I practice what I preach on my platform, my mission statement, which is strategy, maturity, and patience. You know, I realize that a lot of our people do see their peers as enemies. You know, I realize that a lot of our people do see their peers as competition. And I do realize that a lot of our peers are lashing out on each other because they neglect to hold the actual parties that are responsible for a lot of the situations that we encounter accountable. You know, we have the smoke for each other, not where it needs to be. Not who needs to be on the chop block. We rejoice and dance and sing when we see when of our peers falling off of their pedestal or going through hard times or whatever, you know, and we just kind of negate the actual culprits of things. And so you can take this message as you want to. You know, I saw this TikTok and I thought, how relevant is this? Because I do realize a lot of our people see their peers as their enemies. But when it comes to the African superstar, you won't get me involved in those type of games. You know, I'm going to continue to do my work. I'm going to continue to share my message. I'm going to continue to inspire and motivate my people to evaluate their options. You know, now how integral I can be, I can't be that integral. And we see why I can't be that integral. Because even a helping hand is being perceived as something else. And so therefore, you know, people will just have to be managing their affairs like I have been promoting you over the years, you know, to be integral and be well advised in anything that you're doing. So yes, guys, let me know what you think in the comments about the clip on TikTok, this video, so on and so forth. Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.